Said she known me a long time, and she spoke of being in love. Every mountain she climbed, and she talked of trails she walked up far above the timberline. From that night on, I knew I'd write songs with Carolina in the pond. There's a new moon on the 14th, the first quarter, the 21st, and the full moon in the last week brings the fullness to the earth. There's no guesswork in the clockwork of the world's heart or mind. There are nights I only feel right with Carolina in the pond. As the frost grows on the windows and the wood stove smokes and glows, as the fire grows, we can warm our souls, chasing rainbows in the cold. And we'll talk of trails we walk up far above the timberline. There are nights I only feel right with Carolina in the pond.
Well, I'm beginning to appreciate why you go down so well live. That was fantastic, gentlemen. Thank you very much. You're playing 2 dates here in Donegal. We'll get to them in just a moment, tonight and tomorrow night. But tell us a little bit about is there a spokesperson? Is there a designated spokesperson?
Well, there's an old guy, but everybody can speak.
Okay. Well, just tell us a little bit about the band. I mean, it's obvious that there's an appreciation for bluegrass music, and it goes way beyond an appreciation for the music because there's there's an appetite for keeping it alive.
That's very true, and and of course, a lot of the roots are basically they say Irish and Scotch, from some of the tunes, the fiddle tunes, and the stories.
Yeah.
But now the so-called bluegrass tent has pretty expanded, and there are all different types of bands that play the different variations of it. But we try to play a pretty traditional sound, but maybe with more contemporary material sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
But we always, we still keep some old gospel songs in the repertoire, but then we'll throw in a swing song into the repertoire and some.
So you're covering a lot of bases there. I mean, it's traditional bluegrass, but with the added dimensions.
And we try to keep the traditional sound. There are only 4 of us. We have fiddles and dobros on our recordings, but our traveling unit is the 4 of us.
Yeah. So. I was listening to some of your music earlier, and there's a lot of parallels between bluegrass music and Irish music, Irish traditional music.
You bet. I think so, for sure. Yeah. We all dabble with all of that as well. We like to listen to the sessions when we're here, and sometimes jump in too. A couple of us did the other night. So
good. I hope there's plenty more of those. You've taken the music. I mean, you're spreading the bluegrass word around the world, if you like, because you've done international tours over the years, and it must be great when you get depending on what part of the world you're in, some far-flung corner, and there's a real appreciation for what you're doing.
I think that's true. It's it's a real music from the heart, and it's a real connect with people, I think, so that everybody in the room is pretty connected with the music and the feel of it, and I think we appreciate the audience as much as they appreciate us. It's a really great thing. Universal language is what music is.
For
right?
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it must be great in a live performance when it just takes off, and just that Carolina in the Pines is, I suppose, a good example of how you pull the room together and everybody gets excited. So it must be special when that happens.
I think it.
Yeah, and I think it's not only the specialness there of that particular context of the performance, but kind of going along with what Greg was saying there earlier about the connect with the audience. I think this genre of music, it's one of those that the accessibility of the artists to the audience also really endears the bands and the musicians to the audience. Now, you couldn't get that in any other context. At a rock concert, you're not going to get to go up and shake hands and talk for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes with the, with the person you just saw performing on stage.
Absolutely.
And that really means a lot to the bluegrass audience.
And playing live is such a big part of what you do, because I see you're playing the Irish tour. It's it's the Beehive in Ardra tonight, and then the Regional Cultural Centre in Letterkenny tomorrow night. But then there's other dates in the Knoll and Dunleary and Cookstown and Lurgan. Then after that, then you're off. I think it's back to the United States for a number of dates, and there's a wee break in the middle for a couple of shows in France. Is that right? At a festival.
Yeah, that's
So
coming up, yeah.
the diary is pretty full for the year. Okay, you're gonna do another song for us, live. Which one is this?
This was Way Down the River Road. It's a John Hartford song, and we're big John Hartford fans, and that's why I switched banjos. It's sort of a John Hartford model of a banjo too, very low tuned. So.
Brilliant. Okay, and if I could just ask you to come in a little closer to the mic, maybe for the vocals on this.
Sure.
All right, guys, you're on time.
2, 3, 4.
Where'd you get your whiskey? Where'd you get your rum? I got it down on Front Street at number 99. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Going to Paducah just to look around. If things don't suit me, I'll find another town. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Riding on a streetcar, looking over town, eating salt and crackers, $5 a pound. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road. Gone, gone. Ain't it long gone? Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Way down the river road.
We've even drawn an audience beyond the glass here, and, including Tommy Rosney. And Tommy doesn't come up for any old band, I can tell you. So well done. That's a real, it's. I suppose as a tune that you get to showcase various instruments on that one. Yeah. The band's been around for 40 years. Bluegrass music a lot longer, and there's no danger of bluegrass going out of fashion. That's for sure.
We hope not.
Right.
Well, the best of luck on the Irish tour. And just a reminder of those two dates. You're playing tonight in our draw in the Beehive, and then tomorrow night in the Regional Cultural Centre here in Letterkenny. The Special Consensus. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Are you in the process of moving to a new bank? Maybe you already have. Well, if you pay insurance or a pension policy by direct debit, just be sure to change your bank details so your policy continues uninterrupted.